Oh, he's asking an internal question. You have to understand, Todd, there are probabilities in play here. Your allowance, yeah, the probabilities, it can occur based on the allowance. It's a co-creation though, and the co-creation has to allow itself. That's how co-creation works. I mean, that's why it's called co-creation and not like, singular creation, right? So there's all these probabilities. So let's talk about collective consciousness for a minute, because on this planet, you're co-creating your realities right now. The nuclear deal with North Korea and all of this, there's all a co-creation of collective consciousness. And as the larger portion of the collective consciousness co-resonates together, they create your reality from one moment to the next. And we've had this discussion before where we say, when is this going to happen or when is that going to happen? And our answer is, how the hell should we know? Because you're creating it. We're not creating it for you. This is your collective reality, not ours. We're just here to assist you so that you make the right choices. We're not here to make the choices for you. If you want to destroy this planet, we aren't going to allow that. But you could set off the bombs and they would not go off, or they would not even take off, because we're not going to allow this construct or this planet to be destroyed by a lower level consciousness. There's too much invested here. We've got too much going on, and it's going to continue and it's going to ascend. We're not going to allow this one to self-destruct. But if you wanted to co-create that, there may be some limited cataclysm that could occur so that you could all collectively understand that this isn't something that you want to ever to occur again, because that would be the threshold. We don't see that. We don't see that occurring. And we'll get to, there's another question in there about the divergence, and we'll talk about the divergence here shortly. But you're all co-creating as a collective consciousness. And the same is true in your individual lives.
You previously discussed the splitting of the ascending collective into a new construct. Along with that was the separation into 3 paths for consciousness. Please explain these path choices and how they are decided.
Okay, Todd has a post about this that he put out, the ascension into 3 choices, and there's a discussion about the cataclysm, and that seems to elicit a fear response for some of the people that read his posts. As we're wait just a second, let us look and see how far that post has gone. It's getting a positive result. The people that know that they're on the ascending paths, it's not eliciting any kind of fear vibration from them. The people that are just barely reaching for ascension read this, and then they think that they may be stuck in the cataclysm. It elicits a fear response, but they're very few. That's not a bad post. Todd's asking if he should pull the post. No, leave that up. What we're trying to indicate is that this brings a fear response to the lower people that are reaching out of 3rd density and looking to move into the ascending construct, and they're still embracing the fear component a little bit. Let us word this so that it doesn't bring fear. Okay. Yes, there are 3 ascending constructs, and we'll go into those because there's another question about that on there. The construct that's staying. The divergence is already occurring, so some of the people that are in that construct are really not interacting with the people in the ascending constructs much anymore. And the people that are in the ascending constructs aren't really interacting with the people in the lower constructs anymore. Look at Todd and a lot of the other people that he associates with. They don't even listen to the lower construct stuff anymore. When the constructs diverge, we have to be able to separate the second density aspects. We can't recreate second density consciousness because it's already started to acquire unique experiences. First density consciousness is easy. You can duplicate that all day long. It's no big deal. A tree is a tree. You can duplicate a tree. It doesn't matter. A tree has no individual consciousness yet. I'm sorry, that's the case. It doesn't. It's just a tree. It's a baser construct. It's okay. And so's grass. It's all right. Now, the second density constructs have to be shuffled between the diverging constructs. There has to be an event that makes sense to the people that and the consciousness that remain why there is something less than what there used to be. And in most cases, this is some sort of natural event, a cataclysm that occurs, that the constructs diverge, there's less in one and there's some in another. And it's how it works. It's how the constructs diverge. We don't want to call it a cataclysm. We don't want to call it, we don't want to elicit fear, but there's going to be something that occurs in the remaining third density construct that explains why a lot of the people and the things that ascended aren't there anymore. And it has to occur so that we can reshuffle the pack into two constructs. And it'll all recover, and everything's going to get better, and it'll all be fine. So, and these are the material constructs that we're talking about here. The third density consciousness will be here, and they'll learn the lessons that they need to learn to continue along their path towards ascension. You're inextinguishable consciousness. The body that you're in at this moment, we don't want to say it's irrelevant, because it's very important to you, and it's important to your path to reach the lessons that you need in this lifetime. However, when you're done with it, you are going to set it down and trade it in on a new model. It's just like going and buying a new car. It's not a big deal, the car wears out and you go get another one. And you don't have to worry about the belts or the hoses or any of the fluids or anything like that. It's all brand new. So you go get another one and you keep on trucking. So don't worry too much about the construct that remains or the people that remain. They're not listening to these kind of things or reading the information that Todd's presenting anyway. They're doing their own thing. Now, the next construct, the ascending construct, is going to be seamless for the people that are ascending. It is just going to move. You're going to move. And there are some extinctions and some things that are occurring in the animal kingdom where the second density consciousnesses that are expiring are not coming back. They're being held into the collective because the constructs are about to diverge. And everyone wants to keep the species alive and not have all of these animals dying in this way. It's required. It's required. This is the requirement of the diverging constructs. The animal kingdoms they're held back. So as things start to die off, they're not allowed to repopulate. And the consciousness is held back so that it can repopulate in the diverging construct. So your construct is going to diverge and you're going to see, the animal kingdoms, all these poor sad extinctions. It's all going to come back. It's all going to be fine. And everything's going to happen. Now, there are interactions with consciousness. There are higher density consciousnesses that are ascending and lower density consciousnesses that are not, that are involved in co-creations of marriage and relationships and businesses and these sort of things. These are going to slowly separate, and the consciousnesses are going to separate in one manner or another, and in the manner required for them as they co-create their separations, so that one can go in one direction and one can go in the other. And the amount of discomfort associated with that is going to be related to the amount of attachment that's there. So I think we answered that question. What's next?
Okay. So then the question is, are some moving to fourth and some moving to fifth density?
Yes. Yes, and this is a very confusing concept in the awakening community, because there's you hear fourth dimension, fourth density, fifth dimension, fifth density, we're ascending, we're popping, we're moving. You have to understand that there are some consciousnesses here that have been here immersed in the polarities and lost. They lost their way, and they need to move, and they can jump. It's like a gifted kid in school that is a third grader, and he or she is so gifted that just they've tested out as not needing fourth grade at all. They're just we're going to put you in fifth grade now because you're so smart. We think that putting you in fourth grade is going to hold you back, and we want you to continue to learn and grow at a faster rate, so we're going to move you into the fifth grade. This is going to happen, but the consciousnesses that this is going to happen to are much fewer than the ones that are moving into fourth. And the ones that are moving to fifth are going to see this, but we're not going to discuss how they're going to see that. We don't want to provide that information. But yes, there is a pathway to the fifth density for the consciousnesses that have the capacity to move into fifth density. Now you have to understand that fifth density is it's not a place. It's a level of consciousness, that it is a rotational vector, and it's a balance of photonic rotation and spherical geometry that allows for increasing energies to be maintained within the consciousness. And this is not an easy thing to move. If you're a third density consciousness and you're here and you're operating at the levels of fourth density in a third density construct, and these will be the gifted people that are bringing forth big information. They're connected to larger aspects and are bringing forth important information. You have to be able to balance, to assimilate, and to move. And this is not an easy task. This is a task not to be taken lightly, to go from 3 to 5. But it is going to occur. It is going to occur for a select population of consciousness here. And that's all we want to say about that. Next question.
But Todd asks if you would please describe what will physically occur that allows some to stay in third, some to move to fourth, and some to move to fifth.
So he can seam this in with that other question that he wants to publish. There is going to be something occur that explains why people and animals and second density consciousness are no longer in the non-ascending construct. So there will be something that occurs that makes sense for the third density consciousnesses that are still embodied in this construct, why there's a lot missing. Okay? And we don't want to say any more than that, but there will be something that occurs that explains it. It's not bad. It's not traumatic. There's no fear component. Just let everything happen. It's all going to happen. We're inextinguishable consciousness experiencing embodiment in a construct, as we have done for numerous lifetimes, as we will continue to do for numerous lifetimes. And even when you ascend beyond the need for a body, you are going to want to fragment and come back and play in an embodied construct because it's fun. Next question.